everyone, it's Summer. Welcome back to Essentials of a Balanced Life. So, today I wanted to talk about apologies. Of course, apologizing is something that we do on a regular basis. Typically it's when we do something that was wrong or accidentally hurt someone. But we say I'm sorry a lot. Specifically, what I wanted to talk about is, how to properly apologize. Because oftentimes, when a person apologizes, it may come off as insincere or maybe not understanding the reason as to why they're apologizing. So, to talk about this is to not only help you, with properly apologizing, but also help with your interactions with others as well. In terms of how to apologize, I do have, kind of like a little reference that I'm going to be using. Probably, you can kind of see it here. I'm going to go into a little bit more detail about it. Specifically on how to apologize, first step is to say what you are sorry for. For example, um, I'm sorry for cutting you in line. And then the second part is, saying why it was wrong. It was wrong because you were here first. You've been waiting longer than me. So three is the accepting full responsibility. I accept full responsibility for what I did and, for what I said, maybe when I was upset. The fourth part, asking how to make amends, how can I make this better? Or you may show how to make it better, by letting them go back in front of you and you standing behind them and, being respectful. And then this is more on, like a personal level is, for the fifth part of like committing to not do it again there. Where it's like moving forward, well, they say, I promise to, but I know promises can be hard, but, to be like, I will do my best to, be more aware, be more attentive of things, so then that shows the person that you're being proactive about it, that you understand that, hey, this was wrong and like you want to change. The other part is asking for forgiveness, so will you accept my apology? Or do you forgive me? And then the last part is, to thank them as well. Maybe like, thank you for, talking this out with me, working this out, or thank you for bringing this to my attention. So those are like the seven parts of an apology. I know it's a lot of parts. You're likely probably not going to remember all of them, but it's good, kind of summary of like, say what it is you're sorry for and why. Take personal responsibility and try to make it better with the amends. Try to not do it again, or explain how you're not going to do it again, like an action plan. And then, thank them for their time and, make sure they forgive you for what it was. So the thing to, sometimes it's easier to know what not to do when it comes to apologies, which is the apologies should be more of you taking responsibility, like, so for yourself. It shouldn't be pointing fingers at the other person or, making it out to be their fault. So, for example, not an apology would be, I'm sorry you feel that way, or I'm sorry you misinterpreted what I said. You misunderstood what I meant. I'm sorry, but what about that time that you or it was your fault that, so those are all not forms of apology because again, you're not taking responsibility, you're putting it on the other person there and it comes off as dismissive or, not validating. A common one I see a lot of people do is the whole I'm sorry but, and so where they get defensive, they try to explain why they did something and it doesn't really solve anything. It just, simply keep it as like I'm sorry, I messed up, I want to do better. I plan to do this so it doesn't happen again. So focus on the I, not the you. Um, the other thing is be aware of what it is that you're apologizing for. You know, um, if you don't know what you're apologizing for, ask the person. Ask, what was it that I did that hurt you or that I did wrong? Because, it's okay to ask questions rather than to assume or, apologize for the wrong thing. And then the person kind of feels like, well, they missed the point. So, definitely clarify, know what it is you're apologizing for. And, if you're in a grumpy mood or, not really feeling it, I would say then maybe hold off on the apology until you're in a better state of mind because people can tell when you're not being sincere or when you don't care. So, make sure that you're being genuine with your apology. It makes a difference for sure. So, the other thing is, when it comes to apologies, oftentimes we apologize for things that we shouldn't, in terms of, maybe it's like that you shared an opinion on something and you might say, I'm sorry, but I have to say this. And you shouldn't apologize for having an opinion because, everybody's entitled to their opinion. What you would apologize for is if you came off as disrespectful with hearing another person's opinion there. So, um, be aware of, with the, is there a reason that you have to apologize? Are you apologizing because, maybe you struggle with self-esteem there, you struggle with having a voice or speaking up, being assertive there. But those are things that you shouldn't have to apologize for having a voice and saying something there. And, if that is difficult for you, then I would recommend, maybe talking to a therapist or talking to someone about that, working on it, and, finding ways to build that inner strength and self esteem. So, just a couple things to think about with, in terms of apologizing there. We do it a lot. It's part of, being a human. We make mistakes, so we're going to apologize. But, hopefully those tips can help you out. And I will talk to you soon.